Hello, everybody. This is already the 5th time that I'm doing this. Can you believe it? I'm a bit shook, to be honest, because there were and are traditions I've tried to uphold but failed miserably in. Not this one though. However, I did forget that I'm posting this the day before my birthday and not on my birthday, and I've only realized that when I worked on what I'm going to say, which was yesterday. Oopsie. So I'll have to film this, edit, and upload it right away. But yeah, another year has passed and I'm here to answer the same questions like the last 4 times, to reflect on the year and document the person that I'm becoming. Let's do it! I am 33. If I'd have to use one word to describe how this year was, I would say peaceful. Whenever I would catch up with friends and they'd ask me how things are going, I would say peaceful. And at the beginning, I had my doubts. I was wondering if that means that life is boring or that something exciting should happen, but I wasn't bored, nor did I feel like something was missing. So peaceful is really the best way to describe it. They do say that peace is happiness at rest and happiness is peace in motion. Sounds pretty good to me, so I take that and I'm really grateful for it. Doesn't mean life wasn't busy. It was, but in a really good way because it was very well balanced. I still remember how in 2024 was just too much, especially the second half of the year. I constantly felt like I was drowning in things, trying to catch up. I was so exhausted and thought that I can't keep going like this, and I also don't want to. So I chose balance as my word of the year for 2025, and I'm really glad that I managed that. To fight your laziness and inaction, think about the outcome instead of the process, or how I would tell myself my future self is gonna thank me for it. Sometimes, okay, maybe even a lot of times, I'm so stuck in inaction because I can't be bothered by the process, thinking it's too much effort, while I'm actually just standing in my own way. So thinking about the outcome has been helping me to get my ass up and do it. I'm still very much at the beginning of this lesson, but it's been helping me. And the good thing is that it can be applied to so many things. It can be little things in your day-to-day life, but also bigger dreams. It's better to be cringe in someone else's mind than to be caged in your own. This one is so good. Had to think long and hard on this one, but did come up with a few. I started Reformer Pilates in April, and it has become the first type of workout that I've been doing regularly for this long. I still remember how fucking anxious I was going into my first session, and I was so scared of falling on my face. Oh my god. And it almost did happen once. I'm seriously so happy that I found a workout that I'm enjoying so much. And what's even better is that I've been talking my friends into trying it and they are enjoying it as well. One of my accomplishments last year was I used my sports membership the most since signing up, and this year I used it even more. I promise I will not bring it up next year, but this year I have to because it's so meaningful to me since it is a bit outside of my comfort zone. So with every new course that I tried, I pushed myself out of my comfort zone, and with every session I signed up for, I committed to showing up for myself. So this year I had my first lead project with a small team and did really well. And it feels so weird to say that about myself, but I truly feel that. It doesn't mean that I did everything perfectly, not at all. I still have so much to learn and things that I can improve on, that's for sure. But the feedback was overall really good, and something that was really important to me that I've achieved is that I stayed true to myself. I worked on many projects with different leads and would tell myself, this is something I would do as a lead, or this is something I would not do. But thinking something and doing it are two different things. And sometimes it's not always easy to do something you say you would. But in this case, I can wholeheartedly say that I did what I said I would, and I don't regret anything. So that's why it's a really big accomplishment for me. A very personal accomplishment is that I'm getting better in communicating. I've been working on it for the past few years, but this year I noticed a clear shift. It feels a bit like the work I put in is finally paying off. Whether it's setting boundaries, addressing uncomfortable topics, expressing my wants and needs, or just in general how I say things. I still get super nervous every single time. My heart beats so fast, but it gets better, and after every single time I'm glad I did it, so that's what keeps me going. Last year, I started blocking me time weekends, which was good in theory, but in practice, I didn't set them in advance enough. So my calendar would fill up and then I would try to squeeze in a weekend. And yeah, that didn't work very well. So this year, I set them as recurring events. So I had them in advance for the whole year and it worked so much better. Gonna do this for 2026 right after I finish this video. I also set up a recurring editing schedule. Yes, I love and live by my calendar. It has me in a chokehold. I don't know why I haven't thought of that before, to be honest. I'm a planner. One would think that my private life is as structured as my work life, but nope. My private life is a bit messy because I need to keep my shit together for my work life. But yeah, editing schedule. Game changer. Last one is allowing myself to be lazy and rot on the couch, but with a deadline. Hear me out. Having a routine is so important. We've established that, and being able to jump back into a routine is even more important, but it also requires a lot of discipline, at least for me. But sometimes after it was really busy, you're tired as fuck and need a break. So what I started doing after a few hectic weeks was to really allow myself to be lazy, useless, to really get a break, but would also give myself a deadline, let's say until the weekend is over. So, you know, it's limited to a certain time and it's not becoming a habit or you're not falling out of the routine, but just really give yourself a break, you know? And then after that deadline, I would jump back into my routines. We've established by now that I would do content creation because I've said it at least the last 3 times, so I'll give you a different answer this time. I would want to travel somewhere and live there for at least 3 months. I love traveling, but I find it even so much more fun and fascinating to be staying in one place and experience living there. Even though 3 months is for sure not enough to have the full living experience, but it's better than nothing. 6 months would be ideal, but if I would do 6 months, then I would only get to see 2 places. So I'll do 3 months and, you know, or maybe a little bit more. So I get to see like 3 to 4 places. You know what I mean? And I would also read more. I want to buy more secondhand, not limited to clothes, but in general. So far, I haven't been very successful with it because I have no patience for it. I envy people who manage to get good secondhand finds. Meanwhile, it's my own damn fault that I can't seem to find any. Then I want to incorporate movement more into my daily life. Sure, I work out regularly now, but I know that I can still do more in my day-to-day life. The last thing I want to work on is reading more books. I know I say this every 2 years and it really bothers me that I haven't gotten better in this department. But I do have an idea of how I might be able to pull this off in 2026. So let's see. We done! This year, I've really noticed how my answers to all the questions build on each other with each passing year. In order to learn this lesson, achieve that accomplishment, or start doing this to make my life better, I need to experience or go through something else first. There really is no shortcut, and We all have our own pace on this journey called life. It's reassuring, kinda, but also really, really hard to believe in and trust sometimes. That's it, my last video of 2025. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I wish you all the best for 2026. Stay healthy and keep dreaming big. See you in the next one. Bye. Expressing, not espresso, expressing, espresso.